Hello everyone. Gather around because we need to dive into something that's genuinely shaking up the EV space right now. We're talking about the Xiaomi YU7 and, more importantly, how NIO and its sub-brand ONVO are reacting to it. This is one of those moments where you can actually sense the tension bubbling under the surface in China's electric vehicle industry. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. So, let's start with the jaw-dropping headline. The moment the Xiaomi YU7 was launched, within just 1 hour, they secured a mind-blowing 289K pre-orders. Yes, you heard that right, nearly 300K people jumped on this car in the blink of an eye. Now, look, we've got to be fair, not every single reservation will turn into a delivery. Some folks might just be speculating, maybe flipping their place in line for a profit when delivery time comes. That's a game some people play whenever demand outstrips supply like this. But even so, that's a massive figure, and it shows the pull Xiaomi has, even as a relatively new player in the car world. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Right after this launch, Dr. Shen Fei, who now heads ONVO but previously ran NIO Power, took to Weibo, think of it as China's version of Twitter. He dropped a comment that felt more like a sly dig than a corporate statement. He basically told people, after watching that flashy YU7 launch, you can safely choose the ONVO L60 instead. It's bigger, roomier, more energy efficient, comes with a giant screen, a 52-liter fridge, and guess what? Our battery swapping tech can get you all the way to Mount Everest if you want. If you read between the lines, it's pretty clear what he's implying. Sure, the YU7 looks fancy, but come on, it's no match for what we've got. Naturally, ONVO's marketing team wasted no time blasting that quote everywhere they could. They're trying to position themselves as the safer, more practical choice for families who want reliability over hype. But let's pause and look at reality for a minute. There's more to the YU7 than just pretty launch numbers. Some of China's top auto testers got to push this thing to its limits before the public did. The well-known outlet D-Car, basically China's go-to source for car performance reviews, ran the YU7 around the track. Now, you'll love this, the brakes actually caught fire during the test laps. Wild, right? But here's the kicker. Despite that, the YU7 clocked the fastest lap time for an SUV, beating out every other competitor. So yes, the brakes overheated, but the sheer performance is nothing to sneeze at. It's clear this isn't just a cheap tech car gimmick. Xiaomi has put serious engineering into this SUV. What's even more strategic is who the YU7 is aiming at. It's not just taking shots at ONVO. Its real targets are bigger players, the Tesla Model Y and NIO's own ES6. Think about the pricing. The base YU7 starts around 250K RMB, which undercuts the Model Y slightly. Then you've got the top-of-the-line YU7 Max, starting at 328K RMB, just under the ES6's typical price tag. So, Xiaomi is placing itself right in that sweet spot, trying to poach buyers who'd normally gravitate toward either Tesla's trusted name or NIO's established lineup. And let's not underestimate how people choose cars. A big chunk of buyers care just as much about looks as they do about specs. Some early reviewers, especially young female drivers, raved about the design. One described it as having the feel of a high-end luxury car. They even compared it to the Ferrari Purisang, which is in a whole different stratosphere when it comes to price. For a lot of first-time EV buyers, getting a sleek, modern SUV that feels premium inside and out, but at a fraction of a Ferrari's price, is simply irresistible. So what does this mean for ONVO and NIO? Is this new kid on the block going to eat their lunch? Well, ONVO probably isn't sweating too hard yet. Their models, like the ONVO L60, are pitched as practical, spacious family SUVs with a big focus on daily convenience, things like their advanced battery swap tech, roomy interiors, and long-haul energy efficiency. These details matter to parents and big families who don't just want flash. They want something that works day in and day out. But for NIO's premium ES6 and other similar models, that's where the threat feels real. Buyers who might have paid for a base ES6 could now be tempted by the YU7 Max, getting all the bells and whistles but saving money compared to what they'd spend on an ES6. And Xiaomi's massive fan base makes it even more dangerous. There are millions of die-hard Xiaomi followers who buy anything the brand releases, from phones to scooters to smart home gadgets, and now they're lining up for cars. Just to illustrate how real this is, there's already chatter about NIO owners jumping ship. One example that's been floating around is of someone who had just driven their NIO ET5 for about 90 kilometers before listing it for sale so they could get their hands on the YU7 instead. That's the power of brand loyalty, or maybe just hype at work. So, what's NIO's plan to fight back? Well, it's twofold. First, they're banking on the ONVO L60's appeal, offering extended test drives to get people comfortable with the car. They're even giving customers a full 72-hour free trial. Take it home, live with it, see if it fits your lifestyle. If you fall in love with it, great, you buy it. If not, no hard feelings. That's a clever move because it turns a cold showroom test drive into a real-world experience. Second, NIO knows they can't avoid incentives. They've already rolled out discounts to keep buyers in their ecosystem. And in areas where NIO still has an edge, they're reminding customers about the quality difference. For example, NIO's autonomous driving tech is well ahead of Xiaomi's thanks to their proprietary chip and years of R&D. And the material quality inside a NIO is generally seen as a cut above more luxurious touches, better finish, higher-end details. Plus, there's the battery swap network. For buyers who value convenience and quick turnaround, that's a huge selling point. Xiaomi just can't compete there yet. And let's not forget service quality. NIO's customer service is renowned for being warm and community-driven, more like a luxury hospitality experience. Xiaomi's service model, on the other hand, feels more like Tesla's quick, digital, and often more impersonal. That difference might not matter to everyone, but for some buyers it's huge. But at the end of the day, the big question remains, will those 289K orders stick? Remember what happened last year with the Xiaomi SU7. Orders piled up so fast that production just couldn't keep up. Delivery times stretched out for months, people got frustrated waiting, and in the end many canceled their orders and pivoted to brands like NIO instead, because you can't drive a car that's sitting in a factory backlog. Some buyers literally walked into a NIO showroom, handed over proof of their Xiaomi deposit, and asked for the equivalent discount on a NIO model and drove out that day. So it's possible history repeats itself. The YU7's backlog might push people back towards NIO, especially if they don't want to wait half a year to get behind the wheel. In a weird way, the overwhelming demand for Xiaomi's new SUV could actually give NIO a short-term bump in sales, just like it did last time. In any case, this is shaping up to be an incredible showdown in China's EV market. One side has massive hype and a loyal fanbase. The other side has deeper experience, better service, and a track record of innovative battery and power solutions. If Xiaomi can deliver on their promises and deliver those cars quickly, they're going to steal serious market share. But if they stumble on production or customer service, NIO and ONVO could easily scoop up frustrated buyers. So buckle up, folks. Whether you're an investor, a fan, or just someone curious about where the next big EV rivalry is headed, this story is just getting started. Keep your eyes on the delivery numbers, watch for the waitlists, and pay close attention to whether NIO's test drive strategy pays off. Let's see who really wins the battle for China's Family SUV crown, the newcomer with the flashy launch numbers, or the seasoned brand with a loyal base and a proven game plan. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more stock predictions and market insights. Remember to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Happy investing, and see you in the next video.